character's always lying on a bed of hay, lying on a sled, being carried around. Do they get jealous of the fact that you get to rest up so much?
Yeah, well, this season especially, I had this really cozy sled that I got to rest. It was like a sleeping bag rolled up with mattresses, so I would just chill in there. They'd be like, "Oh no, you can have a break now," and I said, "No, let me stay in the sled."
She was up for Best Drama again at the Emmys. Where were you when you got the news?
Thank you.
I don't know. I think I was just in London. I was just sat at home. But I was so excited because I really think this season, especially, they kind of stepped it up. And, I mean, David and Dan deserve all of the awards for this season. They're wonderful people. So I'm really excited about it. I think we're getting the recognition that the show deserves.
Now, of course, you have scenes where your character has gone to another place, and then you are walking. How would you find acting in that situation when you're so used to acting while lying down now?
Oh, yeah, no. Leg acting is a terrifying prospect.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Hey, I've not seen you for so long.
Absolutely ages. It's
So
just been
long.
way too long.
It's been about 11 hours since I last saw Maisie
And
Williams.
so you didn't dye your eyebrows blonde, like you said you were going to?
No, you suggested
I'm
this.
pretty sure you said.
No, you suggested this.
I did. Why don't you do a Miley? You might, like...
I think it would be...
It'll
I think
grow out in...
I think Radio 1 bosses would be like, let's get him off air for a bit. He's lost it. He's not all right.
But it's radio. They just hear your voice.
That is true, Maisie. Bring on the bleach.
Bring on the bleach.
Let's make this happen. And
Hello, Excel! Hello, everyone.
They're very happy to see you.
You guys are coming toward the end of the show, even though we don't know when that will be. You guys have grown up with the show. How are you feeling about that?
Kind of
It's really sad, I think.
Yeah.
It feels like such a... it feels like you're kind of going and seeing your second family every summer, and then when that's gone, it's like my safety net's gone. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'll slip into a deep, deep depression.
Oh, no.
It's going to be super
Which
weird.
means we can never end Game of Thrones then.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Save your life.
They were such cute kids when we hired them, but they've turned into monsters, so it's for the best for everybody.
Alright, well then, on a lighter...
You asshole.
On a lighter note...
I think playing an amazing villain is one of the hardest things in the world to walk that line. I despised you and loved and thought you were just amazing at the same time. Have you met people, though, who really liked your character?
Yeah.
And what does that mean? What does that say about them?
They're really up. No, it's a little bit frightening. So
Yeah.
you're my favourite character. Oh, really? Okay. I'm gonna walk away. There's one over there.
Yeah.
Security.
Hi. Oh. Hi, Natalie and the rest of the cast. Hi. This question is actually for Sophie.
Oh.
Alright. So.
Tease.
Basically, so Jon Snow and Sansa aren't really brother and sister, and
Don't ask me
she
this.
likes redheads. So I was wondering.
She likes red?
No, he likes redheads. So I don't know what she likes, but I was wondering, like, what kind of issues you think it could cause.
Deformed ones.
Alright, here we go. Let's get the party started. John likes redheads, he does, but Sansa and John have grown up together. They may as well be siblings. They have that sibling rivalry. I don't know, but I swear to God, David and Dan, if you make anything happen, I'm gonna kill you. I don't want to.
It hadn't occurred to us, but thank you.
So the other question recently is, or the other recent news, I guess, is that Hodor has had a nasty fate as well. And so in terms of that revelation on the show, was that shocking to you?
Sorry, Hodor? What? Hodor's dead? Oh, spoiler!
Sorry.
I haven't seen that episode. I'm seriously... No.
You seriously were joking?
Hodor's dead?
No!
He held the door. Tried to, anyway.
You bastard! Actually, I found out, I did know, but I only found out today. I haven't seen the episode yet.
I guess. I don't know. I had, to be honest, I had no idea that it was actually on this Monday.
Great.
Some fan was like, the other day, they were like, hi, can I get a picture? I'm so excited for Monday. And I was like, what's happening? Is it your birthday? Like, no, Game of Thrones. Oh, bad.
Feels like you're always 10 degrees away from Monty Python. You could turn a scene this much, and it's a great Monty Python scene. It's something, as a huge Monty Python fan, it's something that I need to be careful of, because the temptation, it's like you're at the wheel and it's you know, it's kind of, you want to do it. Because it would be so much fun if you did it for that moment, but it would ruin the show.
Everywhere and so huge, and people still want to talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, the celebrity fan list is insane.
Yeah, indeed. And I talking about like all around the world, like you kind of get used to it in your own little bubble, or in London or in LA. And I recently went to Japan and was like, oh, and here too, like I'm so far from home, and to still have the same reaction, it's just like, it is kind of mind-blowing, and does mean that every now and then you need to just go home and like be normal and like not live this life forever.
Where you're like, I'm famous everywhere.
This is my life now. Yeah, it's nice to go back and actually like, no, I'm still just Maisie, and like that my life is still.
Do your friends and family like keep it real with you? Are they
Totally. Yeah. Everyone's always like really shocked when I say that my friends and my family don't really watch the show.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, the way it is, and it's quite nice. And when I come home, I don't really like talking about what I've been up to, because you spend your whole life talking about yourself and like what your next project is or what your last project was. And although that's, you know, incredible and it's very important, it's nice to just like go home and be like, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
What have you been doing with your week?
Not to be interviewed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get that. Just to be ignored, and people have no idea what your television program is.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, not watched it, and we don't care.
Game of what?
Clean your room. Yeah, I like
Indeed.
that. I like that.
A lot of people on Twitter blamed you for Hodor's death. And that's why I sat the two of you together. I wanted a really awkward conversation. How did you feel about that? Twitter, they got mad. They said, hey, that's your fault.
Yeah, I woke up to a torrent of you brands and all sorts. I had to say, hey guys.
Isaac, if you're going to talk that way, you're not welcome here. I'm kidding. Please, all the F-bombs you want.
Oh my God.
Did you feel... Christian, how did you interpret it? Did you interpret it that it was his fault?
Well,
was there any bitterness towards Bran at all?
If you're talking to me or Hodor, it's two different things. I'm terribly bitter towards him, but Hodor, I don't think Hodor blames you.
You wonder if she's kind of got a taste for killing. I mean, Miguel. Michelle and I discussed that scene extensively, and we really wanted to kind of accentuate.
Do you think that's quite a nice juxtaposition to have an innocent character amongst the rest of the world of Game of Thrones?
It's very weird and strange because everybody's, like I say, everyone's kidding everyone and doing stuff, but my character is just really, he's young and he's got a lot of chance to get moulded into something. Just everyone, not everyone, but a lot of main characters die. Like, people that you wouldn't think die, just die. The story just completely changes. It's very good.
Everyone has their favourite character. For you personally, over the past seasons, is there a particular character whose journey has really interested you the most?
Ned Stark.
The cameras are on, by the way. If you want to come and watch us, you can. I'm here, and Maisie Williams is here.
Is that the camera, or is that
That
just
one.
the light?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, with that light. Serious.
That's what all the Kardashians have around their phone. They've got one of
I
those
know.
ring lights.
And we look amazing. We look just like them. We look beautiful.
Is that all it takes? Wonderful.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I need to ask you too, because I feel like you were the most upset over his death. Did he issue you a formal apology and gift? Because you wrote him a letter. You were very upset.
Yeah, I did. I was really upset. He didn't apologize. He didn't do anything nice. He was a total and I hate him. He is my big brother, so he has license to be like that. But
you know, there's one mistake I made last year. I am not going to make it again. Last year, Liam, I ran out of time before I got to ask you a question. It bothered me very much, so I'm going to start with you this year. Okay? How about that? How do you feel about that,
Liam? Yeah. Good move, dude.
Good move?
I got a blunt machete backstage. You were going to lose a limb if you didn't talk.
that's probably top of my list, is Arya and Sansa getting back together. I feel like it has to happen, but at the same time, if it did happen, would it be too obvious? I don't know. Would it be too much of a good thing for the show, you know? Game of Thrones is nothing that satisfactory happens on the show because that's Game of Thrones and we want it to be kind of dark and depressing, and that's what makes it amazing.
Are people scared of you now in real life? More than they were.
I have to say, all my friends have gone a little bit we didn't know there was that side of you. My other half obviously always knew it was there. But I think when, particularly when people come to these kind of conventions and meet me, at first they go, "Oh, you're nothing like your character," and then I slip them a little look, and they think, "Oh, okay, then yes. We'll give you a wide berth."
It's tremendously sad. I've been with these guys for 7 years now. I've known Isaac since he was what height? About this height?
Again, he's always lying down. It's hard to tell. How do you know? How do you know?
You don't have to tell me that.
Are you ready?
Ready.
What's this?
The Game of Thrones theme tune.
All right, let me tell you, those two boys down the end there have got a sick sense of humor.
Yeah.
They're like you can compare them to the heads of the 5 families in New York.
Right, like?
You get a phone call to go to dinner.
Right.
You don't come back from that dinner. So the trick is, don't make eye contact, don't pick up the phone.
Don't pick up the phone, don't make eye contact, don't talk to them. Very, very wise. How would you like to see Davos go? When he goes, how would you like to see him go?
Well, I've made a couple of suggestions. I think he should go to Dorne. He should drink some vintage Dornish wine in the company of a couple of hookers and an 8-ball.
I'm so fancy, you already know.
I really like the ringtone version. Listen.
Why do you think this is?
I just imagine that as your ringtone. Oh, hang on, it's Maisie Williams, guys. Hi, Maisie.
Hi, Maisie.
is Jon Snow dead or alive? But I always just played it like, do you know what? I'm going to just say no, because if you play it all, oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. People know that he is alive, and we just can't tell them. And so I was like, right, I'm going to take it upon myself to just say no to everyone that asks. And so lovely fans would come up and be like, oh, I know you can't say, but what, is Jon Snow alive? And I'd just stand there and be like, no, he's actually dead. And they'd be like,
oh.
Yeah, like really heartbroken. And then I felt really, well, I don't know if I felt mean, I quite enjoyed it, really. It was quite funny.
Sophie, I want to ask you about your final scene this season. Right, you're not the king of the north, you're not the queen of the north.
No.
What is your take on that final look that Sansa gives Littlefinger?
You know, I think there's always kind of a bit of sibling rivalry between Sansa and Jon that has been since they were very young. And I think that look between Sansa and Littlefinger is her kind of acknowledging that his points are somewhat legitimate, and she's kind of intrigued as to that pretty little picture that he painted of him on the Iron Throne and her by his side, and she's kind of thinking, well, he'll give me the credit that I deserve. So
now, Dan and David, you guys, do you know how this whole story ends?
Yes, sir.
You do? All right, let's have it.
But you can't tweet this.
Yeah.
The gentleman next to you, his character, Isaac's character, Bran, found out that Lyanna is Jon's mom. How do you think Sansa's going to react to the news?
Good question. Well, I think hopefully the sibling rivalry and that tension will somewhat disintegrate, perhaps, I don't know. You know, because obviously Sansa always took her mother's side, and she always, you know, inherited her mother's kind of views on that whole situation. So now that she knows that Ned was just protecting his sister, maybe the relationship would kind of blossom and develop in more of a positive way. But, I mean, who knows? It's been years and years of her kind of
holding a grudge like her mom.
Holding a big grudge like her mum. So we'll see. I would like it to develop in a positive way, but it's Game of Thrones.
How did you learn that it was over for you?
In the traditional sense of a phone call from these two gentlemen, where they called me and they said, so, congratulations, Ramsay gets to the Iron Throne, isn't that amazing? At which point I knew I was dead. It's like, yeah, I'm dead.
So wake me up when it's all over.
Yes, Sophie knows.
Yes!
I would like my character to die quietly in bed after a riotous sex scene.
So would I. No. Oh.
You and me.
These guys are famous for their pranks. Yeah. They are famous for not only for creating and running this amazing show, but they also like to have fun with the cast.
They do.
And they like to have sometimes, it can go a little far, and I understand that the joke was on you this season,
The joke
is that right?
was so firmly on me, and it served me so right, because I was the guy who always said, what kind of dope falls for their shtick? Every time I'd heard of somebody else getting pranked, I thought I'd see right through that. So lo and behold, we get our script for the new season, and it's the scene where Sam goes home, goes back to Horn Hill.
Goes back home.
And it says in the script, we see Sam dressed for dinner. Sam is now resplendent in a purple, bright purple frock coat, pink tights, pink slip-on shoes, and a pink box hat. So I'm reading this, and my suspicions weren't aroused at all, because I'm quite a trusting guy. And also I thought, you know, because we've never seen Sam at Horn Hill before, Sam obviously just dressed like a prick at home. No wonder Papa T wanted him out the door.
Yeah,
this
sure.
guy's more trouble
This
than
is
he's
just
worth.
what he used to wear around the house, yeah?
So I went, well, great. So I went for a fit-in Belfast. It went this far.
Well, little treat. We have a picture here of you.
And now, you know, season 7 is a long way away, but is there anything you are so excited for people to see at this point?
Well, we don't know anything. They don't tell us anything.
Literally nothing.
Literally not. Oh,
I'm dead.
oh no.
He's out of the loop.
I'm dying to ask you a question. There's a theory out there. There's a lot of theories, and they might be wrong, they might be right, but there's a theory that I've heard from a lot of Game of Thrones fans that Daenerys and Missandei are going to get romantically involved. Have you heard that theory?
Yeah, I heard that one. That's a popular theory, actually, that people ask me. I wonder why.
Yeah.
George says, you have a good friendship with Maisie Williams. Is that because of the show, or did this start before? Also, hey.
Hey. It's because of the show. Because I would have never met her, I guess. So that's the answer to your question.
That's a valid answer.
From my understanding of the books, there is like this one moment. It's the first time that she's felt somewhat aroused since his death, and so she sort of, you know, has a little moment with herself.
Oh, with herself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm here to guide us through this conversation, everybody. This suddenly feels like an encounter group, doesn't it?
Aline has been on saying, who is the biggest prankster on set of Game of Thrones?
The biggest prankster?
Is it you and Maisie?
I wouldn't say we're pranksters. We're just annoying.
Yeah.
The biggest pranksters are actually David and Dan, who are the showrunners who do like the pranks with the deaths and everything. I don't know. I think Alfie Allen can be a bit of a prankster, but more of just like a fun kind of just like...
He's fun, isn't he?
Yeah. Have you met him?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you have.
What does that mean?
I don't know. He's met everyone.
Of course you have. Yeah. You look like someone that's met Alfie Allen.
So she's around. She's taking care of business. Yeah.
Yeah, she's masturbating, guys.
Yes. I totally was thinking of something else.
Right. So she's doing that, and then one of her handmaidens sort of very dutifully takes over.
Yeah.
And it's a very small moment, and from what I understand, the character in the book that does that is actually no longer in the show.
Right.
And so then people were kind of like, oh, is that going to go to Missandei? And I was like, I don't think so. I'd be really surprised if it did.
Gentlemen, take over.
Yeah, Dan?
Let's move on then, shall we?
I don't want to say that couldn't happen. What? It won't happen.